Hi everyone, TroutFlies here with another tying tutorial. Today we're going to be tying the TF Glassy Midge. Before we get going on the fly tying tutorial, if you can't tell, I'm now tying on a new vise. I've upgraded my Griffin 1A to a Renzetti Traveler. This is a 2000 model, the true rotary vise, and it's just been a joy to tie on so far. The Griffin 1A was great. It held a hook well. It's a great beginner vise if you're just getting into tying. But it was time for an upgrade, and this one's been really good so far. So in the vise, I have a Daiichi 1120 curved nymph hook. It's important to use a down eye hook on this fly for a reason you'll see later. I've got a small sized Herl glass bead on the hook. To tie everything in, I'm going to be using UTC 70 Denier in black. And we're going to start by just building up a little bit of a thread tie-in near the eye of the hook. And I've got about a third of a strand of white antron. And I'm going to just tie this into the right near the eye. Trying not to build up too much. Then bring your thread forward and make 2 wraps to kind of prop it up, and then do a 2 or 3 turn whip finish. You see the Z-lon pretty much goes vertical. We then snip off our thread. Where are my little scissors? Snip off our thread. Then we push our bead up over our thread wraps. And then snip off the Z-lon. So it creates a little head or little antenna, something like that. Next, we get our thread going behind the bead. Get our thread tied in. We want to build up a slight taper, but not too much. So I'm going to make 3 passes and then work my way down into the bend of the hook. Next, I'm going to take a stripped Peacock Herl. If you've seen my other Midge tying tutorial, this one's tied similarly, just with the glass bead and a little bit of Z-lon up top. But tie in this stripped Peacock Herl all the way down into the bend, and then bring our thread forward. I then take a piece of Opal medium tinsel, and then just get this tied into the top of the hook. And then bring it down about a third of the way down the body, about that much. And then I just take a 1 turn whip finish to lock it in. Next, we're gonna make touching wraps with this Peacock Herl. Take it slow and try and get them as close as you can to each other. There might be a gap here and there, and that's okay. So I'm going to try and do this as clean as I can for you guys. So we need to kind of navigate our way around this tinsel. Yeah, it's not quite touching, so go back a little bit. And once you navigate it around that tinsel, and keep going up the body of the fly until we get up to our bead. Swing this out of the way. Try and lock in our Peacock Herl. So you can pull sideways and just break it off. We then take our Opal tinsel and tie it straight to the top of the hook, kind of leaving a wing case, like so. Then we can snip it off close. Then go in here and make a 4 or 5 turn whip finish. And snip off your thread close. Now your fly kind of looks like this. The last step is to take a bit of UV clear thin and just try and put a nice even coat around the body of the fly. Take your UV light and cure it. And you're done. That's a TF Glassy Midge. I like to fish this guy. If I want a double midge indicator rig, I would drop my other TF Midge off of this guy. They work great during winter. It's an awesome combination during winter when there's really only midges out. There's also a great dropper fly off like a hopper if you want to drop a midge off a hopper, or another dry fly that doesn't float as well because it's not quite as heavy as like a tungsten bead nymph, so it won't drown a delicate dry fly as a dropper. It's a great one. I encourage you to tie them up. If you've enjoyed this fly tying tutorial, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks and stay safe.